Hey you guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm making some honey soap bars, so let's get to it. So now the most important part of soap making, we are adding the lye. I don't know why lye is so intimidating for people, I guess because, you know, it can be dangerous and it is harmful if it gets on your skin. But if you're really careful with it, you'll be just fine. But you definitely want to make sure you have on gloves, proper eye protection, and sleeves. And you just want to be really careful not to get the granules anywhere. And you also do not want to breathe in the fumes. So make sure you have those windows open. And this liquid shoots up in temperature pretty quickly and it gets hot very, very quickly. Okay, so we have the oils melted and we're going to combine the lye and the oils when they're both around 100 degrees. Now when you're mixing your soap, what I've learned, it's best to go low and slow because you don't want to overmix. A lot of different recipes may cause for more mixing or less mixing to reach trace. So you just want to take it low and slow and be careful. I was just pretty much alternating between stirring and mixing and using the blade. So yeah. We're just looking for a very light trace because you don't want it to get too thick because then the thicker it is, the harder it's going to be to pour into the mold later. Okay, so I was checking for trace, and as you can see, it's still a bit thin, so it wasn't quite ready yet. Okay, so I tried to get a really good angle of the trace. I don't know if you can see it, but yeah, set the proper trace. So now I'm adding my honey, and I'm not gonna lie, the recipe does call for 2 tablespoons of honey, but I just love me some honey in my soap, and I'm not scared to use it. I know they say it can do certain things if you add a little too much, but I did add a little bit additional honey, so we're gonna see how it turns out. I'm not too worried about it. So you do want to make sure you mix that honey in really good. You don't want to leave any little droplets of honey in your soap. We want to try to mix that in with everything and incorporate it as best as possible. So I had some bubble wrap, so I decided to cut it to the proper dimensions of my mold. And I did sanitize this with an alcohol solution before using. And I'm just positioning that inside of my mold. This is going to give the soap a nice honeycomb effect. Well, at least I hope it does. We're going to see what happens. Okay, this is a soap all molded up, and I did happen to get some extra footage hours later. It was starting the gelling phase, so we're gonna see how this turns out. Unfortunately, I couldn't get any footage of me demolding or cutting because I made this batch today. So I will get back to you guys on that with a short or something.